morning, one and all present here. Due to an unavoidable emergency situation, the speaker of this session, Dr. Hannah Rachel Vasanthi, is joining us in a virtual mode. I am happy to introduce the speaker of this session. I am proud to register that she is an alumni of this prestigious biochemistry department of Bharati Women's College. Dr. Hannah Rachel Vasanthi, professor in the Department of Biotechnology, Pondicherry University, is a rank holder in her undergraduate and postgraduate biochemistry program from our college, affiliated to the University of Madras. She completed her MPhil in BITS Pilani and her PhD at Tamil University made her a good researcher to work on multidisciplinary aspects. She started her research on plants of both terrestrial and of marine origin for their pharmacological potential. This further helped her to fetch a huge grant worth more than 15 crores from several funding agencies like DST, Ayush, UGC to work on standardization of Ayush drugs from the sea during her professional career at Shastra University, Sri Ramachandra University and Pondicherry University. She is a recipient of several prestigious awards and honors, and to list a few: World Class Fellowship 2007-8, Tamil Nadu Young Women Scientist Award 2013, C.V. Raman Fellowship 2014-15, V.V. Swaminathan Memorial Award 2019, UGC PSR Nick Carrier Award 2020, and she is elected as a Fellow of the Royal Society of Biology in 2020. She is an expert member in several committees and advisory member in many medical institutions. Her research area in the field of drug discovery and development for native products natural products has added value to the natural products for their use in nutraceuticals and cosmeceutical industry. She has been instrumental in producing 18 PhDs under her guidance, and to her credit, she has nearly more than 100 publications in the prestigious journals with high impact factor. She has published 14 book chapters and presented 17 research papers in referred national and international conferences. To her credit, she has delivered 105 invited lectures in various seminars and conferences and organized 6 conferences and 4 workshops. Being a member in several professional bodies, she has shared her research experience in the academic community and is a motivating factor for young budding scientists. She is now focusing on skill-based activities and entrepreneurship program, and currently she is one of the board of directors for the Startup Center at Pondicherry University. With these words of introduction, I am happy to call upon my friend to deliver a lecture. Over to Hannah Rachel.
தெரியுதா உங்களுக்கு? அதெல்லாம் கம்மியாக இருக்கலாம்.
At the outset, I would like to thank your
speaker of the body. My phone.
making it today. Thanks to the organizers and especially my friend Dr. Meenakshi, made all the arrangements so that I can sit in one area and give my lecture. So I requested a pardon for not being with you, which I was eagerly waiting. So let's go into our topic. So when the organizers had asked me what to talk, I was in dilemma what to talk. But then today is the right moment to talk about women aging gracefully. I started my career, maybe my BSc and MSc from Bharati Women's College in 1989. And over a period of 35 years, due to aging, so many things have happened. So I thought for all the students, the undergraduate students, the postgraduate students, research scholars, and of course the teachers who are my friends, my seniors. So I thought this would be an topic for to age gracefully. The next slide, please. So I thought I would remind my sessions on aging and finally give you the tip how you can gracefully enjoy your aging process because aging is inevitable in everyone's life and it's nothing but the process of becoming older. So in humans, aging represents the accumulation of changes in the entire being over time, encompassing physical, physiological, and social changes. So the physical changes from a newborn baby, you would be growing into a toddler, then into a schoolgoer, then an adolescent, and then you go once you come into college, you are a young adult, and then once you finish your college and higher studies, you might go into a family life, and once in your family life, you become a wife, a mother, aunt, a grandmother, and so on. Right? So it takes you from the toddler to the entire thing over a span of time. So during this process, you have a lot of physiological and psychological changes, of course, social changes. When you were with your parents, your freedom was different. When you are with your husband, your freedom is different. When you are as a sister-in-law, your freedom is different. And when you are a mother-in-law or a mother, so your freedom is different. Right? So it changes. So the social changes are also there when aging represents. And aging is among the greatest known risk factors for most of the human disease, as you have come across. Roughly 150,000 people die each day across the globe, and about two-thirds die from age-related causes as such. So before going to the age-related diseases, I thought one of the basic things. So women age faster than men, and it has to be accepted, fine, because we are strong enough than men genetically, psychologically, and emotionally. But how about the stress and strain a woman takes or shoulders the process of her life is more compared to the men. So that is one of the reasons she ages faster. So it is inevitable, but still, Madam in the earlier section had told you how to overcome the stress and strain so that you can reduce your aging process in a very graceful manner. Fine, so this, but we have to be really proud that we are genetically, and as biochemists, you will be very well knowing how genetically we are stronger than men. And of course, Madam was talking about the endorphins and the hormones which were playing with your stress. So emotionally also we are stronger than men as such. So what are the factors or signs that a woman is aging? The first one is a turkey neck. Fine, so it's nothing but a non-elastic skin slowly starts sagging. This is visible more in the throat area and neck region, but of course this takes place in a later stage of after 50 plus. So to have a graceful aging, we can just start with massaging or simple stretch exercises to elevate the hanging appeal. So just simple neck rotations once you get up in the morning, that would really elevate the hanging appeal. And coming to the wrinkles and lines on the face of the head, once a woman crosses the borderline of 30, then of course you as college students now will not have this problem, but it starts after your 30 plus, developing wrinkles and fine lines. And this can be managed by your massaging your face and hands with a good hydrating lotion. Next slide. Next slide. Fine. So you then use some massaging lotions so that you could really try to see that the supple lines appear on the forehead, chin, so which can be removed. Fine, so these massage, so now there are a lot of cosmetics in the over the counter, so which contains vitamin E, coenzyme Q10, and other natural skin forming ingredients. So all these things really would help you to think. So as a biochemist, you can also be in the process of developing such types of moisturizing anti-aging creams so that you could add to the Make in India wonderful event also. So, and then these anti-aging creams actually can really increase the intake of antioxidants like vitamin E, so that which could really remove the squalor. And this can be also overcome with the intake of rich fruits and vegetables rich in antioxidants, which can be supplemented in our diet. Next slide. The next sign is your dry and rough skin. So once your aging process goes high, fine, so your skin becomes rough and dry. So the change, this is probably due to the hormonal levels, as Madam was talking about. So it moves towards her sunset years and also leaves the skin dehydrated. And adding to this, if you have diabetes or other things, your skin becomes still more dry and rough. So application of again hydrating and moisturizing lotion is a solution. And the other important thing is drink more water. So the problem with most of the adolescents and young adults, like college students, they don't carry water with them, right? So drinking more water in that age will really make you gracefully age in the days to come. So drinking water and hydrating yourself is one of the important things so that you can avoid these rough and dry skins. And of course the dull and loose skin. So this can be managed or by taking a lot of antioxidants, by consuming vegetables and fruits in your diet, so that we can try to combat the hormonal changes in your life also. Next slide. The next problem with most of the aging process is hyperpigmentation. So hyperpigmentation, so now if you see in the cosmetic arena, you have a lot of face masks and so many things coming. So people are trying to put this and the so that like this face masks, they are made of aloe vera gels or your papaya gels or your beetroot gels, your carrot gels. So all these things can just add value so that your pigmentation is reduced. And the other most important thing is frequent hair fall. If you see, when I studied, I was just seeing some of the photos which I was just taken during my college days. I had so big a long hair. But then now you see now due to a lot of changes in our body, we have the hair has lost. Fine. So this is basically again because of the hormonal changes, and this happens during menopause and leads to permanent thinning of the hair. And unfortunately now children are going in for straightening of hair and those type of artificial things. So that also leads to a lot of frequent hair fall. So the best way is to go give a scalp a good massage with warm olive oil or coconut oil. People talk about virgin oil so that you really get relief and your hair is also hydrated. So this is another process by which the frequent hair fall can be removed. But why all these things happen? It is basically because of the hormones. So hormones are molecules produced by the brain and a variety of glands in the body. But these molecules work as messengers traveling through the bloodstream to their target cells. And these hormones affect a variety of processes in the body. It starts from the growth and development, your metabolism, your sexual function, your immune response, and your reproduction. So if you see the case of a woman, fine, so now you are all in your college days, so in your early 20s, fine. So, or you're in your adolescence, fine, so your early teens. So late teens for. So your estrogen level will be less and your progesterone level will be more. But as the age goes down, goes up, your progesterone level is reducing and your estrogen level is increasing. So over a period from 45 to 55 years, which is the menopausal time, the hormonal change is so drastic that all these types of aging related disorders are happening. Next slide. So this menopause is normal, so there's nothing to worry about this menopause. So for some people it is starts at a earlier age, so it is the premenopausal period also. And next slide. So this menopausal period actually it happens naturally with age, but it can also stem from any surgery or treatment of a disease or an illness. Because nowadays, if you see children, a lot of children have PCOD problems. They have early gynecological issues. So in those cases also, when they take hormonal treatments as such, sometimes the menopause is little earlier. So because of this, the aging woman will experience a lot of symptoms like mood swings, lower sex cell drive, or hot flashes, sweating, then raising heart rate, or then headaches, then vaginal dryness, painful sex, or trouble sleeping. Fine, so this all happens. So the most common one is hot flashes and night sweat. So when you're sleeping, you might get night sweats. So why I wanted to tell these things to college students also was because most of your mothers are here menopausal time. So if they have any of these pain like breast pain or headaches or joint pain or some burning tongue or something, you might be in a position to help your parents also, your mothers, right? So your aunt. So what the changes actually happens is fatigue, hair loss, sleep disorders, then weight gain. So most of the women after their 45 they gain weight. If you have seen me, if I'm in person there, you will know I'm like your HOD. Fine, so it is the weight gain is there, fine. So but then we don't know. We try to do a lot of things, but still nothing happens. And then we are anxious. Then we have some irritability, fine. So sometimes when you go home, your mothers will now be so tired. Sometimes they get irritated when you people don't help them also. So this is all because of the menopausal symptoms as such. So many problems are there. So you have mood swings. One day your mother will be really nice to eat you. She will make nice dishes for you. But then one day she will be so tired and she gets irritated and sees when your bedroom is in a bad state, your kitchen is in a bad state. She gets so angry. So you would have not even thought, oh, why my mother is getting angry like this. But then this is all because of the menopausal symptoms. But then this will happen to you also. So now, if what to do if you have to not undergo these things, and then it is inevitable. But then you have to age. That is God's creation. But then, how do you age gracefully? So that people can love you, people can enjoy with you. Fine. So next slide. So the two important things to age gracefully is to have a healthy life. Fine. So if you have a healthy life, you age gracefully. And the next one, to have a healthy aging, we have to start with a positive attitude. Fine. So I will give you a few inputs on how to gracefully age with a healthy life, because that is more important, because health is wealth. And then coming to the healthy aging. This healthy aging is not from menopause period, it is from your childhood itself. So that itself, so I thought as college students that would be of great support to you when we talk about our attitude. So first we will see how to age gracefully with healthy life. Next slide. So as you all are biochemists, so you know that food is medicine and medicine is food. So right from the cereals and grains, or the pulses and legumes, the fruits and the vegetables, the nuts and the spices, right? So in everything which we eat, everything which we are having in our Indian kitchen is really a food which is a medicine, and it is a medicine for healthy aging, right? So if you take the simple spice, right? So your curcumin, it is an antioxidant, it is an anti-inflammatory agent. It is so people in those days they used to put manjal. Manjal வந்து மூஞ்சில போடுவாங்க, கால்ல போடுவாங்க. எதுக்கு? So that it has an antioxidant effect. It is having antimicrobial effect. Fine, so it helps in the avoiding from infections. Fine, likewise if you see people with put fenugreek, fine, so kurma. So kurma when your body is not hot, fine, so automatically it is hydrated also. It has a lot of fiber in it, fine. So likewise, if you're taking your nuts, fine, now you have kappa, dates and nuts everywhere, spices and nuts everywhere. Fine, the reason is it contains a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, fine. So these omegas, so that really help in many of your joint related issues. Likewise, pulses and legumes. You have a number of legumes to our country, right? Whether it is rajma or passiparpal, or any of your legumes as such. It is so good. Earlier, people used to talk about an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but then now the Indian apple, if you see, is Nellika. Right? If you just take amla a day, it will keep your doctor away, because it has so much of antioxidant. You do not spend so much money to buy kiwi and such type of fruits, but then you can just take an amla and then have it. It it has so many properties as such. Right? So food is always our medicine, so that will really help in our aging process, aging in a graceful manner. Next slide. So coming to the food pyramid actually. So earlier, if you see, the food pyramid was like you had to take fats and oils less, but then grains and legumes more. But then and then your meat can be taken. But then now it has been reversed because the leafy green vegetables, the fruits and vegetables, the sprouts and legumes, the nuts and seeds, right? The herbs and the things. So these will add more value, right? So as your age, initially at the first food pyramid, if you see, during the growth season, this is very important, right? So you need meat, you need fruits, you need milk, you need yogurt. So for the growth purpose, you need a food pyramid like that. But then when you age, fine. So if you're going to change your food pyramid slightly, fine, as it is in the bottom one, you can really avoid constipation. You can have good metabolism. So high amount of protein along with the ample fluids would be really a added value for graceful thing. So coming to how to have a physical wellness. So we saw the food, the supplement we have to take. But then why do you have to take the supplement? Next slide. So the physical wellness is required. So the physical wellness is basically to increase the endurance, the flexibility for healthier muscles and bones, right? So I really wonder whether I just had a fall slip in the staircase, and maybe because my bones were not healthy, I had a fracture. So I was so careful in my diet, but then still I don't know what was the reason. But then, so to have a good physical wellness, your muscles, your bones, your joints, and then this will also help you. The physical wellness will also help you for increased energy expenditure also. So when the increased energy expenditure is there, what happens is the calorie is reduced. So what happens? The abnormal weight increase is reduced, right? So it helps for improved body composition, more energy. So if you just go for 20 to 30 minutes of walking in the morning, what happens is you really have more energy to do work in the office. Right? So likewise, you have the improved ability to cope with stress. So if you really just walk for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, that itself is a big stress buster as such. And of course, it will improve your moods, your great self-esteem, and a greater sense of well-being. And when you are having a great sense of well-being, you have an improved ability to fall asleep and sleep well also. But if your physical wellness is not there, what happens? You are prematurely going to die. Fine, so your reduced spending for healthcare will be reduced. Likewise, if your physical illness is good, your anxiety, your tension, your depressions, everything is going to be reduced as such. So for this, we have to have a healthy life as such. Next slide. So this will lead to wellness. So this wellness is nothing but the optimal health and vitality. So it can be the physical wellness, the emotional wellness. So Mara was talking about the emotional wellness, how your hormones can work. Of course, your intellectual wellness also will be enhanced so that it is the new health goal as such. Then comes your spiritual wellness. So as you all know, we are all from a traditional conservative family with lot of spiritual faith. So this spiritual wellness will also see that your health is going in a very good way. And apart from this, we need a good interpersonal and social wellness. When you have good friends and family together, fine, when you are alone, your moods are down, but you have friends. So this interpersonal wellness in college days, we had a very good friends, so that we always have to have fun on it. Right, so I really remember the good times we had with Meenakshi, Sai, so many of our friends. We had a group of friends like Sujata, who's now the HOD of Edwards College, right? So back in History Department. So like that, we had real people to giggle. So interpersonal and social wellness is more important for our wellness. And of course, the environmental and planetary wellness is also required. So altogether, this would all develop a healthy life. So this is very important as such because of course there are some social conditions or some family issues that can take a person to difficult times. But still, if your attitudes are going to be in the higher level, find that will take you to greater levels as such. So that is another way of making your aging in a graceful manner. So we will go into the next slide. How we can age with a healthy aging, which with a positive attitude. So before going to positive attitude, next slide, you will just think what is attitude. So attitude is nothing but a state of mind. So it is like if you really want to be healthy, you want to age healthy, right? Because everyone will age. So if you really have to age in a very subtle way, your attitude should be very good. Fine. So the attitude is nothing but a little thing that makes a big difference. Fine. So this is what Vincent Churchill here. So told us. So it is a mental position related to a way of thinking. So attitudes are evaluative statements. So you can evaluate it. Oh, today the tea was very good. Fine. The attitude of oh, nalla irundhuche. So you're going to tell the attitude. Fine. So it reflects how one feels about something. Find something, you had some refreshment now before my talk. Fine. Oh, I didn't eat in the morning. It was nice to have this. And so it indicates one's feelings either favorably or unfavorably to persons or objects or events. So that is the attitude as such. So next slide. So how this attitude works? So the attitude is nothing but your thoughts or your affections or your feelings or it is the actions. So sometimes you don't like what food your mommy is making. Fine? So you get irritated. Idudana. So you get irritated for eating that. Fine? Likewise, suppose your teacher is saying you have test tomorrow. You get so irritated. What is she telling? Always she is telling. So you have a feeling. So it is a cognitive and affective evaluation that predisposes a person to act in a certain way. Sometimes you don't like it, so you try to show your face. Right? So that is the thing. So next slide. So attitude is defined as a persistent tendency to feel and behave in a particular way. So if you see a person with a positive attitude, see how she is smiling, right? Whereas a person with a negative attitude, she has nana, right? So the way she puts her hand and say, "Oh, me," so attitude it shows on the face itself, right? So attitudes, however, are not inherited, right? So attitudes can be acquired and learned by people from the environment in which they live or interact. So today I am to this level means it is the attitude I have developed in my school and my college. There were so many lacuna when we are now maybe Bharati Women's College has grown up in leaps and bounds. You have so many facilities, but when we studied in 89, 90, fine, sometimes we didn't have test tubes. Fine, but there also in the adversity we learned many things. So necessity was the mother of invention.
So many things we learned. So that had helped us to go in for a positive attitude. We could have grumbled that time, but then we would have not come to this way. So they are, just the environment in which they live also and interact. So the teachers we had, they gave us very good positive feeling. Fine. So in fact, I myself, Dr. Meenakshi, we were all university rank holders. So many of us, many of the rank holders, they wanted to go to the university for their PG. So the teachers that time they used to say, look, we develop these BSc students and they all go to the university. So they said, why don't you all come here so that we will really have a nurtured time here. But I would really say, if I were gone to the university and did my MSc, my life would have been different. But then what I had acquired in this Bharati Women's College, that environment, the interaction with the faculty in those days, frankly, it has really boosted up. And so the formation of attitude is broadly from two sources. It can be from a direct experience or an observation, or it can be from social learning or from role models also. My next slide. So this attitude, it can be of two types. As you saw in the earlier slide, it can be a negative attitude or a positive attitude. Fine. So attitude is the way you communicate and do to others. Fine. So the way you perceive the world and your position in it directly affects your dealings with others also. So when you are very optimistic, fine. So when you are optimistic, you improve your positive attitude. So positive self-image will reinforce and improve both professional and personal relationships. So if you're going to say, I can do it, fine. I really liked the positive attitude of Dr. Meenakshi when I told her, if I call one of these chairs, enough of it. Fine, so I cannot travel to BWC now. But don't worry about it. You can do it online. We can have a YouTube link, we can have an online session. That was the positive attitude I could get from her. So that was, and then even yesterday she said, it's not possible if you can't put your leg down, fine, you should not, health is more important, Hannah, so you should not. But then the positive attitude, it said, okay, it is possible, it is not impossible, I can do it, right? So that is the optimistic way in which we can really take it up, fine? So, but this attitude, fine, so you have to be, see, if you, when you are optimistic and anticipate successful encounters, you transmit a positive attitude and people usually respond favorably, fine? But when you are pessimistic and expect, how do I able to give the presentation? Will I be able to impress them? That will be a pessimistic and negative effect. So that will reduce the enthusiasm from both sides. So generally, we have to be aware that the positive attitude will diffuse, and it will give a positive energy. Whereas the negative one, so it is something like a magnifying glass. Actually, when you place the glass over good news and feel better, you can that is something which will give you the positive attitude. But then, if you are going to magnify the bad news, then you will be miserable. Fine, so you take the opportunity. So you take the opportunity to magnify the situation, and then if you are exaggerating, then that will create a lot of problems. Oh, this is not a problem, we can manage it. Oh, I have so many 5 units to study for the exam. Fine, it's very difficult. Oh, I have finished 1, only 4. When you talk like that, only 4 units to finish. Fine, that gives you the strength. Fine, okay, I have finished 10 experiments. The record is 50% of our identity. 50% தான் எழுதிட்டேன்னு சொல்றத விட 50% முடிச்சிட்டேன்பா அப்படின்னு சொல்றது is something great. Fine, so that is more, it will really take us to a greater effect as such. Next slide. So this attitude, but it is not static. Fine, it is never static. It is a process. It is a dynamic perpetual process, fine? A positive attitude may not solve all your problems, but it will annoy enough people also. But to make it worth the effort. So always when you think, okay, I can do it, but then sometimes it doesn't happen, fine? So don't get upset about it, fine? So unless you are on a constant guard on your negatives and can slip into your mind, which can make your mind tense and have difficulties, then what happens is you get upset. Fine, so if negative factors stay around for a longer time, they'll be reflected in your disposition. So the positive may still be there, but may be overshadowed by the negative. So be careful. You might be like, okay, you are having a positive attitude. Fine, okay, I can do it. Now you can go ahead. Fine, but then sometimes the negative overtakes it. Fine, so but then a bad attitude is like a flat tire. You can't go anywhere till you change it. Fine, so tire maatradane you can go move. Your vehicle can move. So likewise, if a bad attitude comes in, so beware of these bad attitudes also. Fine, but it's a very next slide. It's a challenge. It's a challenge that next slide. So it's a challenge that this attitude or the negative factors can be a perimeter of your thinking. So those who will learn the trick will reflect it and others will notice it. Of course, no one can be positive all the time, right? When I fell down to the second floor. When I rolled down the staircase. But I had a positive note, oh, we did one. And Endripom. So I got down the 2 stairs and I came down. Fine, so that is the positive. But after I came home, that positive attitude, because this happened in Chennai. How will I go? So sometimes it is not static. Fine, so no one can always be positive all the time. But but at the same time, excessive optimism is not realistic also. So it must be genuine. So it is a challenge, but still, I know as youngsters, as women, we have the psychological and emotional quotient high. Fine, so we can really move in a positive direction. Next slide. So how to develop this positive attitude? So you have to imagine you have a binocular, right? So use magnifying. So you use a magnifying lens, right? So you use a binocular. So when you're using it on the other side, fine. So use it at the magnifying lens, you will see the positive things. Whereas when you are going to keep the lower other side, fine, then it will have the negative things. So once you are highlighting the positive, you are on the right side. So always think, okay, what is best? So that will be the best one. And then think always positive. Fine. So when you are thinking positive, you can always develop positive attitude. So can develop an attitude. And the important thing is do not complain. Fine. So when you are going to complain, then always you have a negative feeling. So keep positive thinking, friends. So this time I should really thank Meenakshi for really motivating me. So that positive thinking, friends, and then be appreciative. So you say, okay, I have done this. Oh, PowerPoint, go to Roma. Fine. You just appreciate yourself. Oh, I have done it so nicely. I have finished my assignment. Fine. It will be really boosting yourself. So that can help a positive attitude as such. Next slide, please. So once you really have this positive attitude and you have this positive thinking, you will have constructive thinking. Then you will have creative thinking. Because now if you see the whole world or the whole country, fine, now if you see the government of India is now celebrating Ekit Bharat. Fine, so what do you mean by Ekit Bharat? Developed Bharat. In 2047, we want a developed Bharat. So they want to motivate children for innovative ideas, for creative thinking. So only when you have a positive attitude, you will have a creative thinking. Fine, so I'll just give you an example how we thought of a creative thinking. One of my PhD students wanted to really, develop some new product. Fine, so he said, Madam, I have to develop a product. And then, but that too, it should be cost effective, it should be from the waste. Then I said, okay, go on to the literature and do. Fine, then he came up with ideas, fine. And he said, okay, ma'am, I will take banana peel. Fine, from banana peel, what are you going to do? He isolated the pectin from the banana peel. Then he said, if we add keratin to that, fine, so what, from where do you take the keratin? So he took keratin from the chicken feathers. Chicken feather waste, waste. When we eat the chicken meat, but the feather is waste. So from that he isolated the keratin. From the banana peel, from the fruit waste, he took the pectin. Then he mixed it with ferric acid and silver nanoparticle. So the creative thinking, the constructive thinking helped in developing a ointment and a gel which can be developed as a very good wound healing agent. Right? So there was another student, he said, okay, well, when I'm going to make a gel and a ointment, why don't I make it as a plaster? Right? So can I make as a wound plaster? So he used the 3D printing, and then, of course, for all these things I had one of my postdocs, Dr. Selvasudha. So she had helped them. So it was a teamwork, like it was, because we had a positive attitude, the constructive thinking came, the creative thinking came, and in the process, what we had filed a patent. The patent is almost awarded. And then, to my surprise, fine, the positive attitude, the creative thinking, yesterday I got a mail from Professor Dr. Padmini, who is the General Secretary of IABM, the Indian Association of Biomedical Scientists. This product which we had developed, this patent we had developed, I have been awarded the SP Tyagarajan Rajaram Endowment Award. Fine, so a simple positive attitude from a waste, I can do it. And then I can be optimistic so that it will be useful for someone. So some thinking, which will really help you to go in for success. And then this motivation will really help you to accomplish goals. My thought process was I have to get a patent. But now I have got an award for a patent. So I have accomplished my goals. My published. He got his paper. He got his patents published. So what a type of accomplishment is. So when you are having a positive attitude, you will always be inspired, and finally you will get your success. So in this process of aging gracefully for a woman, we have so many problems. We have so much of stress, so much of strain, but still we have. If you go with your positive attitude, you can really move the mountains aside. So I thought I would just give you a small illustration with a pencil. How many of you have used a pencil? Earlier. This is third one. So I thought I would just share a small parable about this pencil. Fine. So this pencil, I think all of you would have used the pencil from your school days, college days, right? Even now, if you want to do a correction, you will use pencil. So this pencil, in the beginning, the pencil maker, right? He spoke to the pencil saying, there are 5 things you need to know before I send you out of this pencil box. So into this world. So always remember them and you will become the best pencil you can be. So now as women, fine, or as young girls, yes, young adults, fine, you are all inside the college. Fine. So when you go into the world, fine. When you go into the world is nothing but a society. When you go into the world, what happens is there are too many things. So that is the reason you have a lot of stress, lot of strain, lot of politics, lot of societal issues. Fine. You have competition. So many things are there. What you had been in your LKG, it is not in your 5th standard. What you were in your 5th standard, it is not in your 12th standard. What you were in your 12th standard, in your college competition. Once you finish your college, you go for job. Fine. Once in the job, you have your competition. Fine. You have your peer pressure. So many things are there. And then once you get married, you have your family, your in-laws, your husband, your brother-in-law, your mother-in-law. So many people will be there. So when you have to manage all these things in the aging process, you must have is the pencil. So he told the pencil maker told the pencil, you have to uh, think about 5 things, right? So the first one is you will be able to do many great things, but only if you allow yourself to be held in someone's hand. Fine. So if you don't put it in the compass, you will not be able to make a circle. Fine. So you must allow someone to catch and then write. Fine. So this is the first thing. So if the pencil alone is in the pencil box, it cannot make a mark. Fine. So basically, you must allow yourself to be held in someone's hand. So as students, as researchers, fine, you have to really be with your guide, your teacher, so that they can really make the best use of you. They can tell you what to do. Fine, so that they can take you to greater heights. Fine. So you have to allow someone to hold you. So it can be your parent also. Fine, your mother can teach you many things. You can say, you do this in the kitchen. Help her. Fine, so that will really mold you so that you can be of use to others. Next slide, please. So the second one, you will experience a painful sharpening. So when you have it, when the pencil has to be used, it has to undergo sharpening. If you don't either sometimes we use a blade or use a sharpener, find that then the sharpening from time to time we need it. So that time it will be painful. Sometimes when your teacher wants to say, hey, this is not correct, you have to do it like this. Your mother will say, your father will say, no, இது தப்புமா, இப்படி செய்யக்கூடாது. நீ இந்த மாதிரிலாம் சுத்திட்டு இருக்கக்கூடாது. அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, அவங்களுக்கு கஷ்டமா தான் இருக்கும். நாமளும் அதெல்லாம் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணி தான் வந்திருக்கோம். But then, it is a painful sharpening. But from time to time, but then this is required if you are to become a better pencil. So if you really want to draw a colorful diagram, the pencil should be sharpened. If it is not sharpened, what happens? You will not get a shabby shading. Fine. So if you are specifically when you are writing records, you will say it will sharpen nicely so likewise. So if you are going to make a gold ornament, fine, they are putting you in the fire. If you are going to make a clay pot, the potter is going to shape you. So it will be painful. But then for what? To make a beautiful pencil as such. So you have to change your attitude so that you can be sharpened. Next slide. The third one is you have the ability to correct any mistake you might make. Right? So the pencil here you have at the back, you have a rubber. Fine. So if you are writing it in a pen, what happens? You cannot erase it. Whereas if you write it in a pencil, you have the ability to correct anything. So if you are sharpened, and if you are being asked to use by someone, you have the ability to correct your mistakes also. Fine. So this is the third thing the pencil has. Next slide. The fourth one is the most important part of you will always be what's inside. Fine. So the pencil is not a pencil if it doesn't have the lead. Fine. So if the lead is blue color, it will draw blue lines. If it is going to be a black lead, it is going to have beautiful black mark. Fine. So So if it is going to be a red pencil, then the lead is red. Fine, but then if the lead is not there, then so the attitude inside you makes you a real good person as such, so that it will be useful for many people as such. Fine. So basically, what is inside in you, fine, has to be good. If it is broken inside, what happens? It cannot write properly as such. Fine. So the most important part is what is inside. Next slide, ma'am. The fifth one is, no matter what the condition, you must continue to write. You must always leave a clear, legible mark. So the pencil maker is telling the pencil, see, you have gone into this world to make a mark. You have a purpose in your life. Fine, so you have to make a mark. You can be helpful to a person. You can be useful to some person. Today, in actually, Fatima ma'am, all are making a mark in BWC. Why? So that they can bring future people like you. Fine, future people like me. Fine, so that they make a mark. So sometimes this mark should be legible, so that the maker will know how difficult the situation is. Fine, you should make a mark. So that is the important thing of a pencil. So whenever you think of take a pencil, please think, how can I be like a pencil? You give yourself to someone, so you make yourself better inside, so that you can be useful to others and make a legible mark, so that you know, okay, she has made a mark in her life. Right? Next slide. So put yourself in the place of this box, pencil box. Fine. So the pencil understood promising to remember and went into the box fully, understanding the marker's purpose. And then it tried to go outside. Right? Next slide. So now replacing the place of the pencil with you, always remember them and never forget, and you will become the best person you can be. Fine, so this is how you can develop into a positive attitude. So just put yourself in the pencil's place. Next slide. You will yourself to be held in God's hand. Fine, so God has brought so many things in your life. He has made you the best student. He has made you a good friend. He has made you a good daughter in your family. And He has made you a beautiful wife in your family. Right? So allow whoever is there to handle you, and allow other human beings draw very nicely. Right? So, or you put rangolis. Yeah, I used to enjoy the rangolis I used to put in our corridors. Right? So these are some good things which we could do. So when there was a function in the department, they used to say, "Hey, come and put rangoli." So you give an access so that many of your gifts can be utilized. So see someone you can make use of yourself. Right? Next slide. The next one is, you will experience a painful sharpening in the process. Sometimes when you are putting the rangoli, hey, you put that. Your parents might say, why did you do this? Why did you spend this much money on this? It will be very difficult. You would have thought, oh, I have got a beautiful thing for my mother. But then sometimes it's very painful also from time to time. By going through various problems, that you need to become a stronger person. So if you take in my situation, I have faced enough in my life, but then I have come to this level because God had a purpose and plan in my life. Right? So you might have painful sharpening, but today, because of this painful sharpening, I'm able to tell you this is what is life. Go in a positive attitude. You can age as such. Fine. So when you age gracefully, the people around you will also be happy to be with you. Next slide. So you'll be able to correct the mistakes. Fine. So you might make or go through them also. Sometimes, as the pencil is drawing, right, you can have an eraser which can correct those mistakes also. Fine, so if you correct those mistakes, so you might, so I told you, attitude is not static, it can be wavering. So from you might go into negative attitude also, but then what will happen is you have an opportunity to erase that also, and then you can move forward. So like a pencil, we have to erase the bad things, correct our mistakes, and move forward. Next slide. The most important part of you will be always what's on the inside. Fine. So always try to be happy with your happy hormones. Always be happy, be helpful so that you will be useful for many people. Always read more. Fine. As a student, as a college goer, read more, enrich yourself so that your ability is increasing. We all studied in government college only. But then today we are doing greatly. When it is because we could develop our skills there. I can remember Padmini madam, Geeta madam, Devi madam. Each one helped us to develop our skills. Fine. So when you develop your intellectual quotient here, fine, you will always be improving inside. So you are what? Why have I been called for a presentation here? Because Hannah will tell. Fine, so that should be, so you can be, when you are motivated, fine, when you are developing high, fine, what is on your inside, you can really make a mark. Next slide. So finally, on every surface of your work, you leave a mark. So, and no matter what the situation, you must continue to serve God and fellow human beings in everything. So if you're going to make a mark, fine, then there's nothing bad in your life, right? So you have studied in this college, you have taken up a role in family, fine, your aging will be so good so that you are helpful to so many people. So make a mark like a pencil, fine? But a mark which can really have an impression. If you're writing in a pen, attitude. You can't be like a pen. The pen also will be writing, but then the. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Yes,
Okay, thanks. So as a okay, fine. You can share this slide. So as a pencil, we can really take up things, and everyone is like a pencil created by God for a unique and special purpose. By understanding and remembering, let us proceed with our life on this earth, having a meaningful purpose. So 2023 was a wonderful year for everyone after the Corona period, right? So you all would have had a meaningful, purposeful life in this, but then have a good relationship with God and every human being, so that you can be a wonderful person at home, at school, at college, at your workplace, fine? So you were made to do great things. So if you are having that positive attitude that I have been loved by so many people, your authorities, your peers, your subordinates, but then this attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. The only difference between a good day and a bad day is your attitude. So if you have a positive attitude like your pencil, that you are thinking that I have a role to play, fine, then you will really make a big difference. So start the day with love, spend the day with love, fill the day with love, and end the day with love, and then you can really make a difference. So again, to give you an overview of how to age gracefully, as specifically as women, be physically active, choose a healthy diet, maintain a health. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. So you can maintain a healthy body weight, manage stress effectively with spiritual influence, embrace a positive attitude. If you embrace a positive attitude, you can age gracefully. So protect yourself from disease and injury. Visit a doctor, right? So maybe at this age of college days, we might not be visiting a doctor regularly, but for our senior friends, our teachers here who are looking, check regularly, manage prudently with savings and health insurances, because once you fall sick, fine, we have to take care of us in the hospitals also. And above all, enjoy life with friends and family with God's blessings. You saw a photo on the top, right? And you see a photo at the bottom, right? So that is nothing but me and my friends. We had an outing outside, right? So we try to enjoy ourselves, right? So enjoy with your friends. Sometimes your family might not support with you. So I remember those days in college. Myself and Meenakshi, we used to do the calculation and prepare the reagents. By then, our friends like Sailesh, Sayed and others, we go to the beach and come, right? So they used to enjoy life as young girls, right? So, but then how we enjoyed in those days, we have to enjoy in the aging process also. If we are enjoying like that, we can gracefully age as such, right? So another way of enjoying your life is I could develop so much things I had come in life. Next slide. Because I had beautiful friends of all ages, especially the young students, fine, in whichever place I worked. So it was in Sastra, in Tanjavur, and then the Herbal and Indian Medicine Laboratory at Ramachandra University, and now with the enthusiastic group in Pondicherry University as a lab. Of course, we have a large number of students. This is all my research scholars, right? So in every place I could make a mark, whether it was Sastra or Ramachandra or Pondicherry University, I could make a mark like the pencil because of the positive attitude, because of the healthy aging, right? So, and I should acknowledge at this time funding agencies like PSC, DBT, Ayush, and ICMR and UGC, a lot of herbal industries who helped me to do a lot of research in this field. And then the institutions where I work, my teachers, even yesterday I had the opportunity to talk to Dr. Padmini. Right? So it's the teachers who motivated me for making the mark, my friends like Meenakshi, Sailashri, Jaya, Kavita, so many good friends I had, and of course now teachers in my friends in my office, and of course I should really thank my family in all my ups and downs. It was my mother, my son, my parents, my in-laws who have helped me. So as a woman, you will have things to face, but then you can grow up in wonderful manner and make a mark like a pencil so that you can have real success in life. So once again, next slide. I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity, and I could not do better than this. But I should really thank Meenakshi and Katina ma'am for giving me this opportunity to present even online and make this national success. I really enjoyed the first speaker and hope to join the last speaker also. So thank you one and all for this opportunity, and I congratulate the department for taking up such initiatives. Thank you. I will surely come to the department and do whatever I could for my alma mater, and I encourage all the students, right, for taking up greater initiatives so that you could see Atmanirbhar Bharat fine and you can have a Make in India and you can really have a Viksit Bharat in the days to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your valuable Thank you very much, ma'am, for your valuable information. And you are so honest and courageous and eager to